Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to r/EntitledParents. In today's episode, our first story makes me genuinely quite sad. It's all about a kid that unfortunately has cancer. I know, it doesn't get much worse than that, and her own mother, her own parent, doesn't respect her dying wishes. Honestly, it's probably one of the deepest stories I've read in a while, guys. Let's get into it. Ruining your daughter's Make-A-Wish. This happened a long time ago. I was helping a girl who had terminal cancer with her final preparations and wishes. She had requested to go on a cruise with her family, and the Make-A-Wish program was happy to help her. She was really sweet, and we soon formed a friendship. The day she was about to formally request her wish, she actually looked really sad and didn't want to talk to anyone. I went to see her and asked what was wrong, but she wouldn't tell me. It broke my heart to see her tearing up. Thankfully, after some time, she told me that she didn't actually want a cruise. She hated it. She wanted to meet her dream celebrity like she'd seen other kids do. I told her no problem. We would try and find that dream celebrity that she wanted. But she said not to because her mother had screamed at her when she first said she wanted to meet the celebrity. Her mother told her to forget about her final wish and ask for a cruise for all the family instead, because that was something that the entire family could enjoy, and it's something the mother wanted since she was a child. I was speechless and furious. Even now, I can't understand why a mother would get in the way of her daughter's final wish. It took me a while, but I calmed her down and told her that it was her wish, not her mother's, and I wanted her to be truly happy. She told me she always did what her mother asked, and the idea of doing something she wanted was foreign to her. But she smiled, the biggest smile I see on her, and she hugged me and said she will speak to her mother and get the celebrity she wanted. Sadly, I had to leave for the day, but I was happy I was able to convince her. Unfortunately, the talk with the mum did not go well, and she ended up requesting that cruise. The last time we spoke, she told me she tried, but didn't want to make her family sad, but that she wished so hard to have met the celebrity instead. But that she wished so hard to meet her favourite celebrity instead. I told her that she's gonna meet him someday, and that she was an angel, and not to worry. The cruise will be amazing, and she's gonna be treated like a princess. We hugged, said goodbye. She said she was really happy to have met me, and that I visited her when no one else would. Her mother actually had 2 other children, and never went to visit her. And that she always looked forward to my visits, because I didn't talk about her cancer, but I made her laugh instead. It was a very hard day. The point of the story is, if you're a parent reading this, please listen to your child. Do not take away from them their final wish. Make sure they're happy, because every second is precious. Honestly, guys, absolutely astonishing. I don't even know where to begin with this one. Genuinely, I don't say this lightly. I actually have no idea what to even say to that. Your kid is dying from literally the worst possible illness, disease you can physically get on this planet. There's no cure for cancer, still, unfortunately, in 2021, and your kid has it. And yet you are unable, you are not in a position for whatever reason in your own head to, grant your child's final wishes. Make-A-Wish, by the way, if you don't know what it is, it's an astonishing charity which grants children with cancer and with terminal illnesses the chance to, do what they really want. It's literally make a wish. Your wildest dream can come true via this charity. Yet this mother is not capable of understanding that. She doesn't want to accept that, her child really wants to meet a celebrity. Instead, she goes fully selfish and says to herself, you know what? I've got an opportunity here. My kid has cancer. Screw her. I don't care about her. I don't care about OP. I actually want to do my own thing. I've always wanted to go on a cruise, eat loads of food, get fat, and just enjoy a cruise. I mean, I don't know if that's what a cruise entails, but anyway, you know what I mean. I want to do something for myself. Screw her wishes. Screw a celebrity. Screw anything that my daughter wants to do, because I've always dreamed of going on a large boat and chilling. How can you be a proper parent with a proper love for your kid and genuinely say this to yourself? Think, I've got a chance to do something that I've always wanted to do. It's incredible, but hey, she did it, and I don't, honestly, is that even entitled, guys? I don't want to say abusive, just not even parenting in the first place. It's disgusting. It's not even entitled. It's not, the mother is not saying to herself, I'm entitled to this cruise. She's saying, I don't care about my own child. I want to get this, dream, this wish for myself, and just use it solely on me, and my kid can come along and enjoy it, even though she probably won't. That's not entitled. That is genuinely just I don't know what to say. selfish, abusive, all about me. I don't know. It's just like, it's above entitled is what I'm trying to say. Overall, I just have no idea how you can be this heartless to your own child. Literally, this would have been, and that's the point of the charity, probably one of the last things that your child would have done. You know, the whole point of the charity is go off one last hurrah before you sadly, and I don't want to say it, but you sadly pass away from cancer, because, you know, that is Make-A-Wish. It deals with children that have cancer. This is your last hurrah. This is the best thing you would have wanted. But no, your own mother has taken that away from you. Oh, disgusting. And now moving on to our second story. That time, an amazing mother saved me from a fossil-hating, entitled mother. This happened many moons ago, when cell phones weren't smartphones yet, and Brad and Angelina had only 2 children together, so a long time ago then. I worked one summer at a very popular local dinosaur museum. It was, and still is, one of the best jobs I've ever had. The people were amazing, they were all geeks, and we were all from different walks of life, so it was not so neat to hear stories from all over my country. Anyways, on to the main part. The museum was awesome and built around the principles of evolution. You could, back then, it's changed a lot since, walk through the different eras of our planet and see the corresponding fossils of the creatures that lived then. Lots of fossils, and by the way, huge ones. However, we had some problems with creationists protesting outside our museum, saying that evolution wasn't real and that we were propagating the ideas of the devil. They would show up with signs denouncing our museum, trying to dissuade people from coming in, but honestly, it's the middle of a literal desert, it's a major tourist attraction, and it's air conditioned. No one was being turned off by them. So one day, I'm minding my own business at work, wandering through the various expositions to help anyone, or talk about dinosaurs with children, which by the way is the best part of my job. I'm in one of the theropod display rooms, and a woman comes up to me to ask about the main display feature, a complete fossilized skeleton of a giant ass T-Rex. She asks how fossils are formed, so I begin the tale of death and sediment when she interrupts me. Here's how it goes. So I say to her, so once the dinosaur died, it got covered in sediments and other things. Yeah, but where was the copper? She interrupts me. The copper? Pardon? The copper? Our priest showed us how you can fossilize anything, even a teddy bear, by leaving it in copper bowl filled with water. So where was the copper? And she had a smug face while saying this. Oh, okay, so I'm sure there is copper in the sediments, but that's not how these were fossilized. It happened over many thousands of years. Yeah, 6,000 years to be precise, when our Earth was created and the devil put these horrible things in here to try and tempt us all away from Jesus. At this point, her voice was raised and people started to look at us, including the savior mother of our story and her gaggle of well-behaved children. I just revert into customer service mode. Okay, I understand that your faith has different beliefs than those presented here. However, we present the scientific theory of evolution here, where these fossils took millions of years to end up here. Okay, but how can you stand here and lecture these innocent children about the devil and his workings? You're poisoning their minds and souls with this filth. Now, she's actually gotten pretty loud by this point, and the savior mother has wandered closer with her kids, who are all looking at this woman with big, shocked eyes. The entitled mum continues for another minute about how we are all devil-worshipping sinners. Yep, I remembered that accusation clearly, when finally the savior mother interrupts her. Stop right there. You paid money for a ticket to a museum that peddles devil-worshipping? Her kids don't say a word, but they all look at the entitled mum with restrained smiles, and as the conversation goes back and forth between the women, their faces do too, almost like ping pong. I'm trying to save your children's souls, says the entitled mum. And I'm trying to save this young lady from your BS. If you don't believe in evolution, why would you come to a place that promotes it? The entitled mum sputters and can't answer. So, the savior mother of our story goes for the kill. And I heard your copper bowl explanation. Can you please show me where in human history someone would have made a copper bowl big enough for those? She points at a giant T-Rex, looming at us like an awkward evolutionary fart. The entitled mum had no answer, and actually started to panic. I ditch my heart-eyed stare at the Saviour Mother and put my customer service face back on. If you would like to lodge complaints, please follow this path and it will lead you to the exit. The complaint box, which is monitored by our director, is on the left. The entitled mum glared at me and the Saviour Mother, but doesn't want to offend the children, so she scuttles off. The Saviour Mother and her kids burst out laughing as soon as this entitled mum is out of earshot. Her eldest, who is about 15 years old, is literally bent double laughing, and the younger ones are just praising their mum. She thanks me for my good service, and I thank her profusely for her support. I also encouraged her to check out the complaint box on her way out too. Why? Because it's directly under a portrait of Darwin. I mean, look guys, I just don't get it. You're going to a museum, literally a place that is, based on science and facts and history and of course evolution, and you're trying to find a problem with it. For what I know, and my knowledge of museums is not great, but I think this is true. All museums, at least scientific museums and natural history museums, are at least based on evolution. That's a given. When you go to a museum, it's going to be based on fact and history and evolution, which has been proven as a genuine thing. Maybe I'm wrong there, but every museum that I've ever been to, at least, I think, has been based on, the scientific fact of evolution. So for a woman to come in there with her kids and say to them, you know what, all this you're seeing, all these skeletons, all these examples of, past beings and animals and, these monkeys that have turned into humans, that's all a lie. Believing God himself and the fact that God made humans straight away, I don't know if that's what this woman was saying, but, along those sort of broad lines, that's a bit mad because I don't understand the point. You're going for a day out with your kids, right? A fun day out to a nice museum, but you're telling them that all that they're seeing is just a lie. Why not just, if you're gonna present this as fact, just stay at home and say this is actually what happened, creationism, all these humans existed back in the day when God created them. I don't really know what's going on here, but why go to a museum to disprove what you see in a big public place rather than just saying to your kids, okay, this is actually what happened? I don't get the logic, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, completely forgetting the fact that what she's saying is completely ludicrous. I would hope that I'd be able to have my own opinions and they would let me have my own opinions about, how the world started and, what's going on, that sort of stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it too, ideologically and not being a realist, but what's the point? Just go home, go to sleep, go to bed, because I don't want to hear your silly opinion. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of r/EntitledParents. A couple of great stories there. If you agree with me, and they were great, drop a like on this video because I never normally ask for likes, but if you're still watching now and you haven't liked the video, a like does actually go a long way. It helps me, get new viewers, show YouTube that these videos are engaging and that you guys enjoy them, so I appreciate you for liking this video. Let's try and hit, 5,000 likes? We normally get 2,000-3,000. Let's try and up that. If you want to see more from me, check out this playlist of all my Entitled Parents videos. And also, please do not forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel for daily Reddit videos. I will see you all tomorrow with a brand new one. Stay safe, take care, and send my love to all of your mothers.